Emotions depends upon the person that touches you.
Hands, like just touching your hands.
I'm a bit into politics and philosophy. I studied that in Arabic though. Mm-hmm. So there are few things that I hear or I listen to, I get touched from. Or music.
Trust. Yeah, you have to be touched, or you need to have some trust to touch somebody or to let someone touch you. For example, with a material or an animal or anything, you have to know that is like you are not going to receive any damage.
First thing comes to my mind when being touched is something that touches not physically, but like your mental or your soul. Or when something kind of, it's like it touches you in a way, or you never felt it before, like you feel like you've been touched on a different level. It can be like a goosebumps feeling.
My partner.
Not physical touch, it's emotional touch. When someone does something touching for you, that's, when you say being touched, that's what I think of. It's a nice thing.
Well, I can tell you what I don't want to be touched, starting from the metro. Our staircase, maybe, sometimes it's not very nice what people are carrying, like big objects.
With your mother, it's like not always you have to touch your mother and hug her or being hugged, or your mother always will be your mother, So, and with a girlfriend is different.
What?
Like my mom. Yeah, it depends upon the texture first of all. Like if you say it's a wood, you feel the texture, you register in your mind earlier. Maybe you can. It depends upon the texture most of it. Even if you don't see the person or object, you see their texture through the touch, sense of touch.
Clean sheets.
So in one word, it's like cold.
Oh, well, I just said water and it looks like it's it's like a mirror, no? Immersion, yeah.
In the first one, it's kind of restricted somewhere. I kind of blocked in somewhere. I have to touch somewhere. It's rather like one option.
Soft and clean.
This picture specifically, I think it relates very well to reflection and serenity. So, in that, reflecting, it's just black and white, it's kind of peaceful.
Noisy.
Which is the difference between the first one and this one? Maybe here you realize that it's not cold water and you can very fluid and playful kind of material, or
I don't know if it's fun floating.
Kind of a freedom.
A feeling of resistance when you run your hand through the water in that way. There's this kind of it's kind of nice resistance, which is an interesting phenomenon, I believe.
Pleasure, like sensual one, just looking at the bubbles and what sounds they are making.
This one is more tactile because I'm familiar with, the sense of touching water and love to swim, like being in the beach. I think it's similar, peaceful, but a playfulness to it as well.
That reminds me the Ghost movie. That's are like kids' hand, no? Yeah, there is like affect there, like some kind of relationship, and someone is teaching that kid to mold something.
I like making ceramics for the feeling of.
This reminds me of childhood and architecture also.
I love the clay when you touch it and start forming shapes with the clay wheel. And especially when you try to smoothen a few parts, or when you start engraving and drawing some pattern on the wheel.
I think incidental touch is very underrated. It's, you know, like the idea that someone else is close enough or comfortable enough to be, you know, like close enough to you that they're touching you in a non-purposeful way, and both of you are comfortable with that. Sometimes, you know, if you're not comfortable with that person, then there's an instinct for me at least to recoil.
That grimy, slimy, non-caring way, but you're about to create something nice, so you kind of don't mind being that, having that tactile. It's having like an external skin that builds up.
So here there has to be trust. Where is it? Yeah, there's like a kind of floating.
Very emotional. I like that touch. If I had a girlfriend. Yeah, cozy.
Arms tend to be covered in hair, and there's this sort of interesting kind of almost electric sensation that I've noticed when your arm hair touches someone else's arm hair, and it just kind of like lightly brushes against, you know, the arm hairs lightly brush against one another, which is a pretty unique sensation, and is something that it's like a little secret that you and that person are sharing, because it's not like explicit or obvious really, and it's just kind of like a weird little thing to bring up, but you both know that it's there.
Yeah, this is about intimacy. It's like only like the contact is touched by a finger, but this is like kind of let's say the created language.
Accidental, playful touches that happens, I guess, in life. And yeah, I guess in a way it's kind of flirty.
Looks very fresh. And yeah, I think fresh is the word.
Petting a dog, a fluffy dog with long hair, a smiling fluffy dog.
The pure desire of experience something that you don't know. For example, children very often do that, like when they are going, they are touching grass or putting the hands out of the car and making the airplanes.
And this is touching non-human or something warm, but it has a different texture on your hands. I just keep in mind like the brush, like the same brushness that you get from a toothbrush. Yeah, you would have that when I see this picture.
That's the best. Touching my hair, it's the best. For me, it's the best. I just fall in love with the guy or the girl who's touching my hair. Seriously. If someone would touch my hair, just play with it, I'll just sleep forever. Neck, hair, I have someone do this for me. Oh man, I love it.
When I was a child, on the way to school, my dad, well, like, not on the way to school, but on the way out the door, my dad would comb my hair with a comb knot on like that, and there's this kind of nice, like, It's almost like a scratchy feeling.
It's like if it's the child or grandma either, it's like, because there are some things that you cannot do alone. It's like it's better to ask someone to do that.
Well, this one, I don't know if it's the meaning of the photo or the composition of the photo that makes it detract away from the touch. I think the overall meaning of the photo is about like the old and the new. So I guess in a way that touching can be caring to the older generation, your family.
To me, that you light the sun in your hand. These kind of things have a huge impact when you have cold and you see the light and the sun and you want to be warm. Yeah, almost trust.
Way that it's showing that you can feel differences in your skin based on temperature. So it doesn't necessarily have to be like completely visible, but something that's not tangible can be felt.